Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And you know I come back with that video just to make you think.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And make sure you're joining the Patrons. If you're not a part of the Patrons, make sure you're hitting the Cash App. And guys, I looked over the internet, I looked over YouTube, and there hasn't been a video on Mbridge probably more than a year ago. So I just wanted to give a little information on the current new financial system over in the emerging markets. We know Russia, China, India, South Africa are the main Brics, but we see other countries being added and they're ditching the dollar. We are seeing countries, especially in South America, that are being destroyed by the US dollar. Inflation is killing their currency. So, of course, they're turning away from the US dollar and going into sometimes stable coins. Now, overseas, cross-border payments are so important. So when you add the Cbdc, you add real-time settlement, the users get to save so much money. Even though it may be a devilish system, guys, remember, they're not conscious. They're just trying to save money. And give you that example again when it comes to Walmart. People were looking at saving money. Even though it was closing down all the moms and pops, they still were moving over to Walmart because they wanted to save those few pennies. And the same thing goes with this beast system. They're going to sell it. Hey, it's going to save you money. And then on top of it, guys, we know we're going to be airdropping free money. But little do they know, this money is going to be programmable. And you're going to hear that in this video. Even though he doesn't say programmable, he does say conditioned payments, and we know what that means. Smart contracts will enable them to program this money. And again, guys, that's the reason why when it comes to these cross-border payments, Xrp, Xlm, and others are going to be so important in the fourth industrial revolution. And we know this is a plan. It moves in phases. Now, the MVP product that they have, they say they're going to launch it the first half of 2024. Minimum Viable Product, MVP. And guys, with a central bank digital currency, the digital yuan, with AI, blockchain, these digital assets, you're talking about changing this $100 trillion market. Not just derivatives, not just the FX market, the whole global economy. And it will be ran by an algorithm, not a human involved. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows. When it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
I wanted to go back to my history. I've been working for over 30-something years, okay, in the financial service sector, banks, central banks, etc. But in 30 years, I think still today, we have been facing a lot of challenges of cross-border payments, even today, after 30-something years, okay? I mean, I think they will put something on the screen, but not, okay, it's okay. I think you look at the today's, okay, the cross-border payments, mainly correspondent banking, very costly, okay, and then not transparent. It takes a long time to clear and settle.
Thank you.
Okay, sometime maybe 2 to 3 days. And then I think the emerging problem is de-risking. Okay, you look at a lot of currency pairs probably not covered, and some jurisdiction may not. It's so difficult to reach some of the places using correspondent banking. So we need to look for solutions. I mean, based on my experience in the last 15 years, okay, my experience in the Middle East, we look at different models, like putting up a centralized RTGS to connect with individual countries' RTGS. Number one, it takes long time to develop the infrastructure, the technology, connectivity, testing, etc., onboarding. And then we have a couple of them in the MENA region, Middle East, North Africa, but not working as expected. The latest thing, okay, we heard about connectivity of faster payment. Okay, for acceptance retail payment, I think that worked reasonably okay. But really cross-border payments, I still think there's some way to go. The different technologies and different platform standards, some challenges. Why Mbridge is so attractive? Okay, we are very excited about that. Number one, okay, to a lot of jurisdictions, particularly to the UAE, we really want sovereignty control. We want to control our own infrastructure, our own operation. The new technology, Mbridge, allow us to own our own infrastructure, our own way to do the operations, because it's a decentralized model. And secondly, I have to say a big thank you to my friend, Mr. Mu, okay? And we have been doing a lot of cross-border payment projects. It took years to develop, and this guy's amazing. 12, 18 months, and then we can have the pilot. Now we are talking MVP. Really time to market. And that another important thing to us as well as a central bank, because it's Cbdc, it's central bank money. In a month, or I expect 2 months' time, we will change our legislation. Our Cbdc is a legal tender. Basically, you only expose the risk to the central bank. And then I think last, the most important thing for us is because it's tokenized, it's blockchain, and that has smart contract. There are a lot of innovation that we can build in, and that's the excitement that we are looking for. Okay, a lot of things in the past in the conventional payment system we cannot do, but with that we can set condition payments. We can set a lot of innovation there, and then we talk about tokenization, the crypto development. With Cbdc, we see a big opportunity how we can enter into the virtual asset world. And then, I mean, as a regulator, we do have a little bit concern about stable coins in terms of how we regulate, monitor that. I think Cbdc is a great solution to the central bank. I better stop here, but that's the excitement part, you know, very fast to the market, low cost, transparent, 24/7 real time with future innovation.
And that, as Governor Bitrue just said, the application of Cbdc in a cross-border use cases face the challenge of different regulatory requirements in a heterogeneous technical standards across different jurisdictions. Specifically, the Mbridge can be docked with domestic Cbdc system to support transfer of Cbdc to the Mbridge. It can also be docked with existing traditional payment systems such as RTGS or FPS, so that the central banks or the monetary authorities can issue their own Cbdc on the Mbridge without establishing their own Cbdc system. For example, on-bridge CbdCs can be issued with the same amount of funds deducted from the relevant bank accounts or the reserve account in the RTGS system. And the docking module could also improve the scalability of the Mbridge project, reduce costs, and enhance the access for the participants. And of course, as you said, the reason why we use DLT, because a lot of tests and experiment show that the DLT actually is not so perfect for a payment system. But why do we use DLT in this Cbdc bridge? That because we have so many parties involved, so many central banks or monetary authorities involved. We have each of us actually have a different system, different regulatory system, different capital management system. So in order to solve the issues of the heterogeneous issues or the trust issues, the DLT is perfect for the self-management or autonomy management by each jurisdictions. So that will be make the DLT is perfect IT technology could be used in our Mbridge.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank Cbdc has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Sonali Basak. Sonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that Cbdc, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented Cbdc, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing, they were still getting that free money. What are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.